Well, hello there. My name is Mark Mars, and I love helping trainers, presenters, influencers really take their results to the next level whenever they are running workshops or training sessions or presentations, whatever the situation may be, when they're just sharing their content. Now, in today's session, I want to talk to you about essentially the language that we use has a pivotal impact on our audience and our participants. And as a speaker and communicator, we need to be super aware as to how language affects the learning process and psychologically and neurologically how people receive information and the coding that actually happens. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about some words that you should never use or at least try to avoid using if you are a trainer or a presenter. Now, these words you may say, oh, this is namby-pamby stuff, or, this is too much positive psychology or whatever it may be. But what we need to realize is that ultimately we need to present our information in a way that is most smoothly received and as little resistance as possible by our audience. Now, as a learner or a participant always has negative feelings, or sorry, let me put it this way, they will always learn slower if there is any negativity around the environment, or they have some personal resistance to the way it's being delivered to them. Now, naturally, we want to teach people with respect, and we want to acknowledge everyone's an adult, and no one likes to hear the word no, but sometimes you need to say the word no. But at the same time, we need to lift people up and get them fully engaged in the process. So that may make no sense to you, but let me dive into some of the words that I'm going to suggest that you look to avoid as you're delivering your presentation, your content, your training, whatever it may be. And so get ready, grab a pen, and get ready to write down some of these words, because these words are probably very unconscious for you, and you may even be using them but not even be aware of the fact that you're using them. But guaranteed, when you do use them, they're not potentially having the effect that you want them to have, and there's better words that you could be choosing. So let's look at the first word that I kind of suggest that all trainers avoid. Number one, obviously. Obvious or obviously. Because what we need to realize is, for you as the trainer, something could be obvious. Absolutely. So, for example, a concept out there, a leadership idea, or anything could be obvious. But what we need to realize is that the word obvious comes with it a lot of presuppositions and a sense of a little bit of condescending feelings around it. I.e., I can see it, but you can't. I can clearly see it, but why can't you? So we need to be very careful of using the word obvious. And I'm going to give you a list of words later that you can use instead of these words. But highly recommend avoid using the word obvious, because I've once used that in a sales scenario, and someone actually said to me, the prospect at the time, they said, "No, that's obvious. That's not obvious for me." And I'm like, "Huh, oops, oops." Next word that I want to suggest that you avoid every single time you present or train is the word improve. Improve. Now, again, this may sound namby-pamby, too sensitive stuff, but what we need to realize is that some words have negative connotations that we don't actually realize that when we're saying them. So the word is improve. Because if you say to someone, you need to improve your performance, well, immediately the receiver of that information thinks, did I do nothing right? Am I always bad? What's going on here? You're always telling me to improve, 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 get better, get better. But haven't I done anything right? Just imagine your boss comes to work and he says to you, you need to improve X, Y, Z. And you're like, yeah, I am doing my best here though. Like, aren't I doing anything right? So the word improve is a really dangerous word, and sometimes that slips out of our mouth. And I'll talk to you about a better word later on. Next one is hope. Hope. Today, I hope you enjoyed the training session. Today, I hope you learned something. Today, I hope you're enjoying this activity. Very weak word. Please remove hope from every piece of training that you ever deliver, the word hope should never, ever exit your mouth if you are delivering training. Please don't use the word hope because it incites a lot of doubt, and we want to avoid doubt at all costs. Next word is difficult, 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 difficult. Now, it may again sound a little bit contrarian. Why are we avoiding the word hope? Shouldn't we be realistic? Shouldn't we be, just presenting it as it is? It will be difficult. Well, maybe, maybe not. Because what we need to realize is that your job as a trainer is to create the images in our learners' minds. We are there to create the internal representations that we want our learners and participants to have throughout our workshop. So difficult is probably going to create some resistance, some hesitancy in our audience. Why don't we choose a better word? All right, so let's jump into it. Let's take a look at some of the words that you could use instead. All right, so the first word that let's go. Yeah, cool. So the first word that I want to suggest that we use is instead of the word obvious, let's use the word clear. So as we go through this, it's going to get clearer and clearer, and the concepts are going to make even more sense as we go through it. Okay. Now you may think that's too soft and gentle, but as I said, I just like the word clearer, and it's going to make even more sense as you go out there and use it. Now, next one, we talked about the word improve. Well, instead of the word improve, I like the word enhance. Now, enhance is a great word because we are presupposing it's already good and we are making it better and better and better and better. So, would it be okay if we enhanced your skills around XYZ topic? Yes. Let's improve your skills around blah. Yeah, maybe not as powerful. Next one. Okay, as I said, we want to avoid hope. We want to avoid hope. I hope you enjoyed this. Not really a great statement. I hope you learned something today. Not really a great statement. Instead, let's lead with certainty. Let's lead with I know. So today, I know that you got some powerful skills. I know that you learned so much today because you were interacting in the activities so well and you were demonstrating such great skills. I know that you got so much out of today's workshop because you guys are speaking at a higher level. You guys are demonstrating some great stuff, and I'm so proud of you. That is going to be a lot more powerful than I hope, I hope, I hope, I hope. All right, next one. One I didn't mention earlier, but there's another one that we were talking about there, which was easy. All right. Now, easy is sometimes another one that what's easy for me is not easy for another person. So I do recommend people avoid using the word easy. What I suggest people use instead is the word straightforward. Straightforward. So we're about to go through an activity. It's really easy. We're about to go through an activity, and it's quite straightforward, and we're going to be here to support each other, and we're going to learn so much from it. Okay, so let's be careful of that word easy. Next one, difficult, difficult, difficult. It's going to be so hard as we go through. It's going to be so difficult. There, I would prefer that you potentially said unfamiliar. So as we go through some of these concepts, they're going to be a little bit unfamiliar, and it's going to seem a little bit different to what you're used to, but it gets even easier as we go through it, and it gets even more comfortable for you. All right. Now, oops, I accidentally used the word easier, but I did have the magic qualifier in there, which was the word even. All right. So if we say even easier or even more straightforward, that's totally fine. But we have to be very consciously aware of the words we're choosing to express our ideas. All right. So I just want to share this with you, particularly words like hope or improve or obvious can have a lot of unconscious representations in the mind of the listener that we may not even be aware of, right? So if you're delivering workshops or delivering training, make sure that you are very precise with your language and you are choosing particular words based on how you want people to think about the experience they're going through. I was about to say it. I hope that you enjoyed the video, but by your comments, your likes, and your shares, I'll know you you enjoyed the video. So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.